Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Goodbye, Errol Spence. It is what it is. You had a great career, one of the best welterweights in his era. And it's sad to see. By the way, like, comment, subscribe as y'all pull in, man. I appreciate y'all for coming in, tuning into my channel. And as y'all saw at the very beginning, man, Errol Spence Jr. lost last night, maybe 2 nights ago, however you want to say it, on the 26th, to Tim Tszyu in Sydney, Australia. Unanimous decision. In all honesty, they could have stopped the fight. I'm talking about the ref. He could have stopped it bare times within the fight. After the 4th, maybe even 5th round, it was over. It was utter and complete domination. And it was shocking. It was really shocking to see, because you see a man who was a pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. I'm telling you right now, at his peak, I'm talking about, Errol Spence here. At his peak, after beating Ugas, for the WBC, IFB, IBF welterweight titles, after beating a guy like Danny Garcia, after a great fight with Sean Porter, all this, the winning streak, the man was 28-0, bruh. 28-0, right? This is an individual who, at a certain time, I'm talking about, the ends of the 2010s, I'm talking about 2019, 2020, dude was being talked about as a top 3 fighter in the world, man. And there was always this conversation of him finally fighting Terrence Bud Crawford, man. And if you were there in that era, man, and you understand what he meant to boxing, you saw a lot of people, not 1, not 2, not 3, 4, 5, no, a lot of people say that this guy, Errol Spence, was the best fighter in the entire planet, man. Right? And people want to say this, that, and the third about his car crashes, more specifically the one that happened October 10th, 2019, right, in Dallas, where dude literally was in the ICU. Dude, literally, his Ferrari crashed. He popped out of the car. You know what I'm saying? He had no seatbelt, flipped multiple times in the car, right? Dude was drunk driving. Let's keep it real. He was drunk driving. Let's not play games. Right? And then he had a few other car crashes in 2020 and another one in 2022. So, dude, before he fought Terrence Bud Crawford, he had one major crazy car crash, right? Then he went on to win a world championship versus Ugas. He went forward and beat Danny Garcia. And then he had 2 car crashes right before he faced Terrence Bud Crawford. And people were saying that those car crashes are the reason that he and his career crashed out. I'm going to say it like this. No, that is not my opinion. I just believe that a guy like Errol Spence, he lost his passion for fighting, man. He lost his passion for fighting. He lost his real drive. He came in that Terrence Bud Crawford fight, I think, not mentally there. And he lost, but also he just fought a better fighter. And sometimes when you catch an L that's so bad, that's so tough, it's hard for you to fully come back as a fighter, as a guy. You get what I'm trying to say here? You're talking about here a guy who completely and utterly embarrassed you. And let me tell you something. Don't let the retroactive analysis fool you. A lot of people were backing Errol Spence Jr. before the Bud Crawford. A lot of people, even reputable people, you know why? Because at his peak, I'm talking about Errol Spence here, he's a monster. High pressure fighter, you know what I mean? Gives you a ton of volume in his punches, very precise. But when he fought Tim Tszyu last night, he did not have that pop. He did not have that strength. He did not have that energy. He did not have everything that made him him. And I'm telling you, Tim Tszyu is not a guy who he himself is on the front end of his career. He's on the back end as well. But let me tell you something. Some back ends are worse than others. No diddy, pause. The back end of Errol Spence Jr. after a 3-year, not delay, but time away from the ring. He had rust, bruh. He had rust. He didn't have power in his hands. He did not have enough, man. To the point where, Errol Spence had given Tim Tszyu everything within the first, 4 rounds, 5 rounds, body shots, going up top, pressure, everything. And Tim Tszyu was eating it like pancakes, family. Pancakes. Maybe waffles. To a certain point, you're like thinking, bro, what? Are you even hurting this man? He was not. He was not hurting that man. And at a certain point, I'm just going to keep it real. I think Tim Tszyu could have knocked Spence out, but I think he had mercy. And I personally think that maybe they had some kind of gentleman's agreement that I'm not going to embarrass you on your last fight. And sadly and truthfully, sometimes it's just over, bro. I personally think it's over for Anthony Joshua, but he's still going to get murked by, Tyson Fury. He's still going to fight for that bag. But I think AJ's done it too. A lot of these people are done, but they're pushing forward for the bag. I think Errol Spence was done after the Terrence Bud Crawford fight, but he's still pushing it. And it's because he has the heart of a warrior, but that was tough to watch. But guess what? That's how almost every legend in boxing goes out. Very few ended on top. No Diddy. Guys like Floyd Mayweather, he ended on top. But that doesn't happen to a lot of the greats. You talk about Muhammad Ali, he went outside. Mike Tyson, he went outside. Roy Jones, he went outside. And it is what it is. Fighters have to protect themselves from themselves. So I'm happy that Errol Spence Jr. retired. He will be always respected as a great fighter, man. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know your favorite Errol Spence fight. I really like the Sean Porter one and the Ugas fight. Really, really love those. Let me know your opinions, man. And appreciate Errol Spence Jr. for everything he brought in that ring, man. Hopefully he has spent time with his family. And we thank him for his service. Big J TV. Like, comment, sub. Check these videos on the end screen. I'm out.